Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Whatever you call it, it is one of the most debilitating and deadly diseases known to man. Contract the disease, and it's likely that you'll be told that you have less than 3 years to live. In 1994, at the age of 30, Craig Oster was given the death sentence diagnosis of ALS.
When I was diagnosed at the University of Michigan, they told me to not waste my time thinking about remission. Then they told me that they did not want me to have false hope.
But it wasn't in Craig's nature to accept what seemed to be inevitable.
You know, he pushed himself past endurance. For school, for anything he wanted to do, he just pushed. I mean, even getting himself through college and, you know, what little help we could, he did it on his own.
He is the most driven, most tenacious, most expressive and dedicated person.
It was that determination that helped Craig decide that whatever his fate might be, he was going to have a say in it.
My life passion was to become a psychologist. So I was interested in anything that would help heal the mind and make a person feel hopeful and happy.
On the first day Craig was diagnosed with ALS, he started a strict regimen of physical exercise, and he gained a deepened sense of spiritual awareness. But most importantly, in Craig's opinion, he began down a path of proper nutrition and diet.
Many raw foods, many raw green vegetables. I have a high alkaline diet. I believe a high alkaline diet is very important.
You know, basically, if you have a bad diet, if you don't exercise and stress that cell to perform its functions, and you eat too much food, you eat the wrong foods, and we all know what the wrong foods are. I don't have to go into that. You will then have a cell which cannot function well because its mitochondria are dysfunctional for a variety of reasons. Its normal processing of different nutrients, instead of being used for energy, it's stored as energy, and that can cause increases in fatty tissue in many parts of your body, including liver, in the adipose tissue where it should be stored, muscle, heart, other parts of the body as well. That can cause an increase in inflammation. It can cause an increase in oxidative stress, which are two processes that will lead to disease. It will cause the potential storage of cholesterol and other fatty substances in the arteries, which will then lead to cardiovascular disease, and will also cause metabolic problems in the fact that you'll store away a lot of the high fructose corn syrup that you eat in processed foods in liver and also in adipose tissue. And it'll create a very dysfunctional state in the cells of your body.
Nutrition didn't used to be so popular. It was sort of the realm of the diet, the dietitian, and what you thought of was restrictions, you know, what you can't eat. And as the health of individuals has been really deteriorating in our country, you know, with a epidemic of, say, diabetes and among children and adults, as well as, childhood diseases like attention deficit disorder and hyperactivity and autism, we realize that our nation is very, very ill. And as the medical world has not been able to deal with these chronic conditions, with the exception of medications to supposedly and hopefully at least allay symptoms, people have been turning to other ways to try to help themselves, because lots of times when they get on these chronic medications, then they're suffering the side effects of those medications.
While ALS slowly took over Craig's body, his daily regimen slowed the progression of the disease as well. In 1996, he fulfilled his dream of earning a PhD in clinical psychology at Michigan State University, and the few years he was given to live stretched to 5, 10, and eventually 15. But the disease did take its toll. In late 2008, Dr. Craig entered hospice after he lost over 45 pounds of muscle and was requiring breathing machines to make it through the night. Digging deeply and praying earnestly, with an undeterred spirit, he gave everything to continuing his holistic healing quest.
I knew. No, I knew that they were talking nonsense. People have healed from nearly every condition that you can imagine. So why not? Why not try?
Coco Newton is a registered dietitian and certified clinical nutritionist. She has been working with Dr. Craig for the last 3 years, altering his diet and making changes that ultimately would pull him back from the brink.
The foods that he's eating, those foods are protecting his cells, they're protecting his brain cells, they are removing toxins from his body, they are improving his immune system, they are helpful for his DNA expression. So when you look at the food and what it's really doing biochemically, that's it. I mean, food is information. You know, you give your car bad fuel, what happens? It's going to act out. You give your body bad fuel, same thing. So he has really fine-tuned a lot of his needs, his nutritional needs, and he's getting them.
She's been appropriately treating him with raw, basically liquid raw vegetables that have the appropriate nutrients that whether it's micronutrients or whether it's macronutrients to enable him to actually maintain or even improve his quality of life and his ability to do what he needs to do. Also, his lifestyle is such that he exercises still, and a lot of people just give up. He has an incredible will and spirit, which is extremely important as well.
I have definitely seen a change in Dr. Oster, I call him Craig, over the last 3 years. I don't attribute that to me. I attribute that to our team working together. Something is really synergizing here. His voice is stronger, his energy level is better, his stamina seems much stronger to me. But I don't see him often, most of our communication is by phone. But I can hear it in his voice, and I also know through his communications that he's better.
He has a mission. He has a mission to change the world. And this is well above himself as an individual or his disease that he has. This is something where he wants to change the world and the perspective that people have about nutrition.
The mission that Dr. Newton is talking about is the Healers Campaign. Born on New Year's Day 2012, the Healers Campaign mission is to conduct innovative ALS scientific peer-reviewed research that has the potential to enhance the wellness and quality of lives of people with ALS and their caregivers. The campaign also has a broader holistic health educational purpose to provide information and perspective to people facing other challenges in wellness.
The Healers has been a gradually expanding group of chosen, solicited, and some may come on their own, but they're usually, solicited, with no financial strings, no promotions. There's no strings attached.
Over 50 renowned integrative medicine doctors, other health professionals, and scientists have joined Dr. Craig's ALS Scientific Research and Holistic Health Educational Campaign advisory team.
The Healers are a group of people that support the work of Dr. Craig. They're not there to, quote, heal him. They are there to support his research, his outreach, his efforts on behalf of his own health challenges, because they all all these healers have different backgrounds. That's what's so interesting. They're not all doctors, they're not all psychiatrists, they're not all nutritionists, but they all respect this they all have kind of a unified respect for this process that he's going through. And they believe in the research and the modalities that are really helping him.
And if you really believe that what you eat, you are what you eat, and food is medicine, there's a big disconnect here. And I think we're hoping to bring change in that, and how that disconnect can now be a connection with people like Craig, Dr. Oster, putting forward a challenge to the establishment, if you will, in allopathic medicine, that you're doing it all wrong. Okay, I'm proof of it. You're doing it all wrong. And I still can have a high quality of life with help from other people, but not by eating donuts and eating foods that are not healthy.
It's been 19 years since Dr. Craig Oster was told he had ALS, and undoubtedly there will be many more years to come. For more information, visit his website at www.healingwithdrcraig.com.
And you know what? He's doing this for the greater good. Yeah, he wants to stay alive and he wants to feel well, but his mission is way beyond Craig, and it's actually way beyond ALS. So Craig and ALS are the story. That's the story behind it. And but the theme is so much bigger than the story. The theme is this needs to go into all areas of not only neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and dementia and others, but cancer, diabetes, pain syndromes, fatigue syndromes, and all sorts of syndromes. Because what he's doing, he's taking ALS out of a fatally destined diagnosis, and he's turned this around to exemplify how his cells, his organs, his energy is transforming his own health through nutrition, exercise, and his spiritual work and his body work.
And I'm just amazed at who he is. He's one of my personal heroes since I've met him. His drive, his stamina, the fire in his belly, the focus in his eye, and the passion that he has to bring about change is truly remarkable. It's truly remarkable.
And I love life.